guys, and welcome to my new YouTube video. Today's video is something I received a lot of requests about, and it's basically a hair focused video. So what we're doing today is I'm gonna go through all my favorite hair care products and styling products, and I'm also gonna do my regular blowout routine with the Dyson airwrap. And disclaimer, this video is not sponsored whatsoever, so all the products I'm showing you today are literally the products that I love and use on a daily basis. So yeah, let's get started. I would say I'm gonna start with my hair washing routine. I do have to say I do like to switch up my shampoo and conditioner once in a while, but I'm gonna show you a few of my favorites. So let's start with this one. Don't mind the broken bottle, or what is it, a pot? But this one is, I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks kind of gross, to be honest. But this one is the Cleansing Volumizing Paste from Christoph Robin. First of all, I really love almost all the products from Christoph Robin, especially this line. So basically this line with the pink lids is specifically for creating volume, and I just really love this shampoo. So it doesn't look like a shampoo, to be honest. It looks like this. So it's basically a paste and it contains a little bit of a scrub. It feels a little bit weird at first, but once you mix it with water, it really starts to foam, and yeah, it just feels so nice. But this one is honestly to create lots of volume. So when I know that I want to create like a big blowout for the day, I like to use this shampoo. But another shampoo that I'm really loving at the moment is this one from Oribe. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but this is the Super Shine Hydrating Shampoo. And I'm actually also using their conditioner, and I just really like to use these when my hair needs a little shine boost, especially during summer when your hair just tends to get very dry from either the sun or the sea or whatever. Yeah, I just really like to use these. So these are very hydrating. Another product that I'm really loving is this one from Kerastase. This is like a pre-shampoo, so you actually apply this one before using your regular shampoo. And I really like to use this one when I know I have a lot of product in my hair. So for example, when I used a dry shampoo for a few days, or I did like a slick back look and I used like a wax on my hair, I like to use this one because this one really cleanses your scalp. It looks a little bit weird and scary because it's black. But yeah, again, for this one, when you mix it with water, it just becomes foamy. Then I actually also have another favorite shampoo and conditioner duo, and it's the one from the ABC line from Redken. I don't have it with me here right now because it's at my parents' house, but these two are actually really good when you want to repair your hair. So especially when you have a lot of heat damage or sun damage, or yeah, when you have colored hair, for example, I would definitely recommend that one. And the difference between the ABC line from Redken and this line from Oribe is that I feel like this line does make your hair a little bit more heavy. It weights down your hair a little bit, but it does enhance the shine and it makes it feel like very healthy. The ABC line is a little bit more lightweight. So when I know that I want to do a blowout, but I still want to take care of my hair, I like to use the Redken ABC line. And when I'm not doing a blowout with my Dyson airwrap or whatever, I like to use this one. It's not even that these make your hair like super heavy. It's just that your hair gets like really, really smooth from this line. And sometimes with the Dyson airwrap, like your curls won't last as long. That's it for... Wait, no, I have one more product that I really, really love. And it's this one from Gisou. It's the honey infused hair mask. Like, it smells so good. Like, it's actually insane. Like, this is my favorite smell in the world. You really need the tiniest amount of product because it's just super hydrating, and I just really, really, really love this product. I know they also brought out a new hair mask. It's in like a yellow pot. I actually also really, really love that one. But this is just the OG for me. Like, I can't help it. Anyways, that was it for hair wash products. Then we're going over to some other hair care products. Let's start with this one. It's also from Gisou. It's the, what's it called? The honey infused hair repair serum. So this one is actually quite interesting. It contains like small balls, and I don't know if you can really see it, but I really like to apply this straight when I come out of the shower. So when my hair is still wet, or like I dried it with a hair towel, then I like to apply this to my hair. I also like to mix this with their honey infused hair oil, but you can also just apply this on its own. But this one is actually clinically proven to repair your hair. And yeah, I don't know how many bottles I've used from this one, but I really, really love it. I always apply this only on the ends of my hair. And then I have two hair oils, or like it's more a hair mask in the formula of an oil. So I have these two. They both smell heavenly. Like whenever I apply this to my hair and I go to bed, my boyfriend always says like, "Oh, you smell so good." So that's a bonus, I would say. This one is from NYX. It's the pre-shampoo nourishing mask. Okay, so you can actually apply this before washing your hair. Like you can apply this in the morning, just let it sit for a while and then do your washing routine. But I like to use this one overnight. So when I know that my hair is like super greasy and I want to wash my hair in the morning, I like to apply this to the ends of my hair. What I usually do is just like apply it from, I just don't apply it on my scalp, but I apply it on all the rest of my hair. Then I make a braid and I go to sleep and I wash it in the morning. And then the same thing for this one. It's the Christoph Robin Night Recovery Monoil oil. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But they actually market this as a night recovery oil, so I feel like this one is a little bit more for thick hair, and this one can also be used for more fine hair. But yeah, I like to alternate between the two of them, and I think it's just really good to use like a hair oil or a hair mask during the night once in a while. I would say I do this like once a week or once in 2 weeks. There's another product that I really like to use during the night, and I don't have it here with me. It's at my parents' house, but I literally used it 2 days ago. And it's the scalp treatment from Kerastase. I have to look up the name, but I will include it in a video. But basically it comes with like a pipette like this, and you can really apply it to your roots. And I really like to use that in combination with these two. So these are really for the ends of your hair, and the scalp treatment is really for your scalp. So that's actually all for hair care products. I have been talking for almost 20 minutes already, so yeah, it's a lot. But honestly, I've been receiving so many questions about my hair care routine, and I feel like I always share my blowout routine and my hair styling products, but I never really share my hair care products that I use. So I just wanted to take the time to show you all my favorite products. So this is it for now. I'm now gonna do my hair styling routine. So I'm gonna do my blowout routine again. I have shared it before with you, but I still receive a lot of questions for an in-depth routine, so let's do it again. I, by the way, received the new Dyson airwrap. Let's first start with the products. I'm gonna start with this product, and this is literally my favorite hair styling products of all time. I bring it with me everywhere, and it's the Volume and Body Grip Extra Strong Mousse from Schwarzkopf. This one. This is really the answer to a long-lasting voluminous blowout. Literally, when I don't use this product, my curls won't last as long. I like to use a lot of these products. Shake it well, but like this is the amount I like to use. And I actually apply it on top of my hair and just like all over, basically. Okay. So basically, I use this product in almost all of my hair videos on TikTok. And I do have to say, like, every time I post this product or I recommend this product to people, I receive so many comments from people saying that it makes their hair stiff and crunchy and it really changes their hair structure. But honestly, that's the point. Like, why would you use a volumizing extra strong mousse if you didn't want it to change your hair structure? But anyways, I do get the point. Like, when you use a lot of product like I do, it does make your hair quite stiff and crunchy sometimes. But what I always do is just brush it out after applying the product. So actually, before you style it with the Dyson airwrap. So it's actually important that your hair glides on super smooth around the airwrap. So I will brush it now, but I basically also brush each strength individually before curling it. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this product. It's the Honey Milk 5-in-1 styling cream from Gisou. They just launched it, and so basically it's a 5-in-1 styling cream. So it contains heat protection, it has frizz control, flexible hold, hydration, and glazed shine. So let's apply this to my ends. Let's start. I always like to start from the bottom because I feel it's just easier to work upwards, but I think it's different for everyone. Ooh. By the way, these clips from Dyson are so good. I know it's just a hair clip, but I'm honestly such a fan. Like, I can't explain it, but they just hold your hair so well. I'm gonna work in 3 sections for the bottom part. So before I start curling, I brush this section out. So just making sure that it's like super smooth. So basically this thing makes a little bit of noise, so I'm not able to talk while I'm doing it. But what I do is I start from the bottom like this, and then I just make sure that the ends are really wrapped around tightly. And what I do then is basically I turn up, I push down, I turn up, I push down. I know the Dyson airwrap works for you, but I like to use it in that way just to make sure that it's like just wraps around really tightly. And what I do then is I hold it for 15 seconds on the hottest setting. Then I switch to the cold setting and I hold it for another 10 to 15 seconds. So let's do it. So I turn up and then I push down, turn up, pull down. And when you pull down, you really feel that it's wrapping around very tightly. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Sometimes when I don't feel like using hair rollers, you can also just use some clips. So what I do then is just like I grab the curl like this and then I just clip it instantly. But today we're gonna use the hair rollers because I always receive a lot of questions how I put in my rollers. So you can just like let it go and then start from the top and then slide it down to the bottom, because again you want to make sure that it's wrapped around very tightly and smoothly as well. Like this, and then use a hair clip to hold it. I do receive a lot of questions about why exactly I use hair rollers. So the thing is that the hair rollers will really help with the volume at the top. So when you want to create like a very voluminous, I can't pronounce this word, you guys. Okay. If you want to create a lot of volume at the top, I would recommend using rollers and leave it in for a while if you have time. Like, I'm usually in a rush and I'm just impatient, so usually I leave it in for like 10 minutes or so. But when I have time in the morning, I like to keep it in for like an hour maybe. But again, you can also just use some clips. Sometimes I also don't use any clips, I just take it out like this. Let's continue. I do have to say, this thing, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's way shorter than my previous Dyson. The same thing again. And then clip it. Now let's do the same for the rest of my hair. So I usually like to work in 3 layers and then the upper part. So I just did the first layer, this is gonna be the second layer, and then I like to do 1 more layer, and then I do 3 rollers on the top. Another tip that I shared actually multiple times with you guys is that I always alternate between curling inwards and outwards. And this is actually something I learned from my time I worked at Gizou. But basically what I mean with curling inwards and outwards is just like curling in different directions. So you either curl inwards like this or outwards like that. And with the Dyson airwrap, you can easily just like switch between sides. You can just turn it like that. And then you either curl it this way or you curl it that way. And the difference it makes is that it will create way more volume, texture, and definition. So to explain the difference is when you curl everything in the same direction, for example, when you curl everything outwards, you will create this very like defined, almost glamorous look. It's just like very neat. So I'm gonna curl this one inward. Also, everything I'm sharing with you is just like my personal preferences at this time in my life. Because like a year or about 2 years ago, I actually really liked to curl my hair inwards. So I was basically curling every piece inwards because I just like really liked how it looked. So again, it's just a preference, but everything I'm sharing with you now is just like how I like to do it at this moment in time. But there's literally like no right or wrong way. I curled this piece inwards, so I'm gonna curl this one outwards again, so to that side. Also, I have layers, so I have a layered haircut, and this piece is a little bit longer. For example, this piece was a little bit shorter, so I used a smaller hair roller for this piece, but I like to use these jumbo rollers, it's what I call them, for these longer pieces. And you guys always ask me where I buy these rollers. To be honest, it's like a mix of some hair rollers that I stole from my mom and a few that I ordered on Amazon. I could try to look for a few links and share it with you guys, but like I honestly don't really know. Just look up hair rollers and you will find them, I guess. I do have to say I'm really in need of a fresh haircut right now. So another thing that really plays a role in whether your blowout or your Dyson curls hold, at least for me, is how long my hair is. Like at this point my hair is actually a little bit too long, and when my hair is really long it tends to get like very heavy, so obviously it's very logical that your curls won't last as long. I feel like when I have a fresh haircut with lots of layers, it just stays better. By the way, I was just thinking if the terms curling inwards and outwards are a little bit confusing. I could also say like curling it towards and away from your face. Maybe that makes more sense. By the way, I don't have enough black hair rollers, so I'm using these pink ones on the back of my hair because I just have like a tiny bit OCD and I would just hate it if this one is like pink and this one is black. Like that would be too obvious and weird. Okay, so 2 front pieces. Then we have 2 side pieces. And then 1 in the back. I'm aware that I look very crazy right now. Maybe this should be my thumbnail pic. What do you think? Okay, anyways, let's curl this piece away from my face because this one I did towards my face. But first, brush. Wait, what am I doing? This one towards my face again. And I'm gonna use the bigger roller for this one again. I'm aware that this video is taking really long right now, but I have to say I'm very experienced in doing these blowouts, so usually it takes me like 20 to 30 minutes maximum. Sometimes I even like to use only jumbo rollers because it would just create even more volume on the roots. It does give you a little bit less curl, I would say, but yeah, if you're opting for more volume on the roots, I would definitely recommend trying the jumbo or like the big hair rollers. I'm dividing this in 3 different parts. And I always tend to curl these top parts outwards or like away from my face. Okay, all the hair rollers are in. I'm just gonna use a little bit of hairspray. I really like this one from Ritken. It's the quick dry hairspray. I'm not gonna leave my hair rollers in for too long today because I really don't have that much time. And this video is already taking way too long, but I'm just gonna leave it in for like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna make myself a matcha real quick, and then we're gonna take out the hair rollers. Yum. Let's take out these hair rollers. By the way, when taking out your hair rollers, it's really important that you don't just like pull like this, but that you actually curl in the same direction and take it out like this. I also like to hold my hair like this. It gives it a little bit more grip. I don't know why, but I really like taking out my hair rollers. It's just, I don't know, therapeutic or something. The top ones, you can really see the volume here, by the way. Okay, this is still a little bit wild, but do you get what I'm saying? I have lots of volume at the top thanks to the rollers, and there's a lot of definition in my hair because I curl it in different directions. I like to flip it to one side to give even more volume. This is a little bit controversial, but I always like to brush out my Dyson curls because I'm just opting for a more blowout look rather than really like curls. I'm just gonna brush it out. I always brush these front pieces away from my face for the volume. But in this way, you really create that bombshell blowout effects. So yeah, I did use a lot of mousse, but I wouldn't say my hair is crunchy or stiff at all, mainly because I really brushed out my hair thoroughly. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it and that my tips are somehow useful for you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think and also what else you would like to see on my channel, because I do vlogs sometimes, but I feel like you guys are really loving my makeup and hair tutorials, so definitely let me know what you guys are missing and I will try my best to give it to you guys. But yeah, anyways, that was it for today. Thanks so much for watching again, and yeah, I hope to see you next time again. Bye bye.